Hello, Patriots. Apparently, the Federal Appeals Court for the D.C. Circuit can't read. What am I talking about? Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Dr. Ken Henry, and this is Conservative Commentary, where we spread the MAGA message. If you would, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. This really helps us continue to grow and get the message out. Now, back to these knuckleheads on the D.C. Circuit. They sat en banc, meaning all the judges sat. There were 11. It should be 12, but there were 11. And voted 7-4 to declare President Trump's tariffs, many of them, unlawful. See, the president had used the International Emergency Economic Act, Powers Act, IEEPA, to invoke these tariffs. And the court, in a 7-4 decision, said, nah, the law doesn't specifically say he can do this. It doesn't have to if it gives broad sweeping power. And then they go on to say, well, we think it's unlikely that the Congress really meant to give him the power to do these tariffs like this. But we're going to wait until October the 14th before our decision goes into place so that the president can go in front of the Supreme Court and seek a determination from it. These activist judges they're politicians in black robes, and they're unelected. And of the 7 who voted that these were unlawful, 6 of them were appointed by Democrats, only 1 by a Republican. And of the 4 who dissented, 1 was appointed by a Democrat, 3 were appointed by Republicans. This is all a political game with them, and it's to stop Trump no matter what. If he handed out gold bars, they would declare it unlawful. Take a look at the following clip, and please let me know your thoughts in the comments.
If you're building in the United States of America, if you're working in the United States of America, if you're trying to earn a decent living right here at home, we are going to fight for you every single day. But if you build crap overseas and try to undercut the wages of American workers, you're going to pay a big fat tariff before you bring it back in to the United States of America.
The court battle over the president's tariffs heating up tonight. A federal court now says most of the tariffs are illegal, though they will remain in effect at least for now. And soon the issue will head to the U.S. Supreme Court. Let's bring in attorney Alex Boyer and UC Berkeley law professor, the great John Yoo. All right, Professor, I'm going to share this with you. This is the Attorney General Pam Bondi. She actually posted this on X. She says the president found there was a national emergency and took action under the law by imposing tariffs. The judges of the federal circuit are interfering with the president's vital and constitutionally central role in foreign policy. Who's right in this case, the panel or the AG?
Kevin, I think that the Court of Appeals here issued a seriously flawed decision. It actually ignores what was the most vulnerable part of the tariffs, which is our trade deficits actually a national security emergency, and instead focuses, I think, on an implausible claim, which is that this IEEPA law, this International Economic Emergency Powers Act, doesn't vest the president with broad powers in foreign affairs. In that respect, Attorney General Bondi is right. It's not just that the president has constitutional authority here, but Congress has delegated even more power to the president to take action in the economic sphere. The statute says that if there is such a national security emergency, the president can block and regulate any foreign transaction. How is it that he can't impose tariffs? Under this law, presidents have cut off all trade with countries like Iran, Cuba, North Korea. So how can a president not do less, which is to impose, say, a tariff of 10%, 20%, or 30%? That, and plus the fact that the Court of Appeals ignored the major Supreme Court precedent on this statute, upheld President Reagan's imposition of sanctions on Iran during the hostages crisis, means I think the justices are sure to take this case and may well overturn the Court of Appeals below.
Alex, I saw you nodding in agreement.
I am nodding. I believe that this is going to come to the court very fast. It might be on the shadow docket here in the next few weeks. And I think that, to John's point, that he's going to have a favorable look there. There's already, I know, a few justices, Justice Robert, Justice Kavanaugh, Justice Alito, Justice Thomas, that I can see saying, hey, it's not up to the court to second guess what the executive is saying is a national emergency.
Separation of powers. I keep saying it. It seems so obvious to me.